Hi there, my name is Henry Tenby. Behind me is a fabulous Douglas factory model of a DC-8 50 in Canadian Pacific Airlines colors. This model dates from 1964 and it would have been given to the airline by the Douglas factory. It's 1/50th scale, which means it's quite large. It's about almost 3 feet by 3 feet. It's on the original base and made of aluminum. They're quite rare. Not too many of these models were made. Typically, they were made in small quantities for presentation to the purchasing airlines. This model dates, as I say, mid-60s. So it's coming up on 60 years old. Not many of them survived, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. And it's interesting. This is a DC-8 50 series, CF-CPF, which is the very first registration of the first CPA DC-8 43 that was delivered in 61. So the very first DC-8 50 was actually CF-CPM, Mike. So interesting. It's just interesting. CP actually took delivery of half a dozen DC-8 43s between 1961 and 65. And then the DC-8 50s, 3 of which were operated by the airline, were delivered in the mid-60s between 65 and 1967. So let's have a look at the model, and it's an awesome model. I hope you'll enjoy it. Yeah, here you can see the upper surface of the wing. They've actually got the registration CF-CPF right there. As I was saying earlier, that is not authentic to the original DC-8 50. The DC-8 50s that were operated by CP, Canadian Pacific, were CF-CPM, CPN, and CPT. And I guess Douglas or somebody at the company decided they wanted to give the original registration of the very first DC-8 onto the model wing top there when they had this model delivered from Douglas, even though it's not authentic. And as you can see, they did name the airplane Empress of Vancouver, but as far as I'm aware, no DC-8 50 was ever named Empress of Vancouver. That was strictly the domain of the DC-8 43, the original CF-CPF. But be that as it may, this model is pretty much in original condition. It's in really good condition for its age. There's no ugly wing bends. All the wings are all nice and level, and that's the condition of the aluminum is actually quite nice. Again, the model is dating from 1964, 1965, so it is 60 years old, and it has had some touch-ups. I think the rear wing surfaces have been repainted. But as you can see, both sides are in really quite nice condition. There is some yellowing on the decals, but for a model that's 60 years old, it's not unexpected. Look at this. We have an original Douglas factory logo here. The old ensign was replaced with a Canadian maple leaf in early 64. What's interesting is they ordered this model. This model was delivered and produced in late 1964, so I'm going to show you here. With Douglas factory models, they're often stamped with a matching serial number, which appears on the wing section. In this case, it's number 1010, and this number is also stamped on the underside of the fuselage, which I'll show you in just a minute. Not all Douglas factory models, but some Douglas factory models are additionally stamped with a date of manufacture. This particular model has July 8, 64, 7/8/64. I was born in June of 64, so this model is just 1 month younger than me. So yeah, 60-year-old model, quite impressive, actually going on 61 years. And of course, here is the matching serial number stamped onto the fuselage section 1010, which matches exactly with the fuselage, the serial number here on the wing section. It's interesting. It's just interesting that they decided to put the CF-CPF registration on this airplane as opposed to the actual registration of the very first DC-8 50 that was operated by CP Air, which would have been CF-CPM, which was delivered in May of 1966. So the other two DC-8s were delivered in October of 66 and November of 67. Those would be the three DC-850s. The very first DC-850 CFCPM operated between May of 66 until August of 81. It was retired in August of 1981. So yeah, but this model is in really, as I say, quite nice condition. It presents beautifully. I should point out that I'll just show you the stand. What we have is the original DC-8 and Douglas factory emblems, enameled emblem here that were attached to the base of the stand. So again, this model is, I mean, it does have touch-ups. There's no question about it. It's been touched up over the years, but it does still look very, very, very nice for its years. And I'm sad to see the model leave my collection, but I don't have the luxury of being able to keep every single model. I simply don't have the space, and I always like to have new models come into my collection, and I do have to create room for them. So look at it. It's just really, really a nice model. We'll just have a look from the underside. Oh, isn't that a nice angle? That is beautiful. And you can see the registration under the wing as well right there. Looks awesome. I mean, the lines on this model are terrific. And you can see, I'll just show you underneath the starboard side wing that they have. They've actually got, it says Canadian Pacific. Isn't that nice? Really, really beautiful. So yeah, this model has been in my collection for a little short period of time, and the registration is just kind of barely flaking away there. So the remnants of it, but the model overall is in fabulous shape for its years, and is definitely a Canadian museum grade collectible. And I'd say that whoever has this model in their collection will be very happy with it. I can't see how they wouldn't be, actually. I just really love the model. I love the color scheme. As a kid, I have vague memories of these colors, seeing them with my own eyes at the Vancouver Airport South Terminal. I really hope you've enjoyed my video, and if you have, definitely I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And if you have memories of Canadian Pacific Airlines or CPA DC-8s or Vancouver South Terminal, I would love to read your comments to this video. So please don't hesitate to leave a comment. Also, if you have any old aircraft models like this that are sitting collecting dust that you might like to sell, please send me an email. I'll put that in my video right now. So don't hesitate to send me an email. And also, I should point out, if you have any original color slides of aircraft taken in the 1960s, I would be very interested in them for future videos that I produce. So again, if they're collecting dust, they've been sitting in slide trays for the last 50 years, I'd be very happy to give those old slides a new home and do my best to make sure that your images see the light of day and can be shared and enjoyed by future generations of aviation fans. So thanks for watching the video. I'll look forward to seeing you on the next show. Thanks again, all the best, and happy model collecting. Bye for now. Hi there, my name is Henry Tenby, and I'd like to tell you about my brand new book. It's called From Lodestars to Jets, and it's the most image-heavy, comprehensive, it's the most extensive history on Air Canada, Trans-Canada Airlines that has ever been published in the annals of aviation history. The book is absolutely loaded with images that many of which have never been seen before. Let's have a look at the pages, and then you can decide if this book deserves a spot on your bookshelf. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour of the book. Isn't that gorgeous? It is printed on 105 GSM paper, so it's super high quality paper. It is absolutely loaded with images. As I say, there are approximately 600 images, just under 300 pages. Many of these images have never been seen before, and the stories that are within these pages, many of them have long been forgotten, and it is information that is absolutely fascinating relating to engineering and fleet planning and fleet development issues at Trans-Canada Airlines. Look at that Viscount wing structure design, feathering system. We've got a section on the Bristol Freighter, some face changes around TCA engineering, and then sections on the Connie. Models make moolah, of course, for you aircraft model fans. Whole sections on the Connie North Star. There we go, engineering department, 1950. Fabulous shot taken at, where's this, Cartierville. Absolutely gorgeous. And this will take you back to the good old days of Trans-Canada Airlines. As I say, I believe this is the most comprehensive history on Trans-Canada, Avro jetliner, that's right. Trans-Canada Airlines was instrumental in the development of this aircraft. Of course, up to the jet age, the introduction of service to the DC-8s, and other airplanes that were considered by TCA at the time. This is not the same old Air Canada history that we've seen many times over the decades. This is all brand new information, brand new stories. I've posted a link in the upper right-hand corner of this video that'll take you to the book information and order page. Also, I should point out that time is of the essence. Limited production on these books. Once they're sold out, they're probably sold out forever. And I hope you will enjoy the book as much as I enjoyed putting it together. Thank you very much.